Hi, my name's John. I'm on the Sugar Market product team and excited to share with you today some new enhancements to our form builder experience and specifically conditional form fields. So happy to give you a preview of this today or a review if you're watching this as it's live and we've already released it. But we really hope you enjoy this new capability for forms, and it can help you grow your audiences and help you personalize the engagements, the interactions you're having with your prospects or customers, people that are coming to your site. So with the form builder conditional fields, you're looking at on the screen a form that I'm working in. And at the top, there's nothing too unique there, right? First name, last name, email. And then beyond that, right, we're going to get into where I can create a really dynamic experience for anyone who's filling out this form. So the first thing I'll point out is you might see a couple of fields here. Basically, how many widgets and when would you prefer to start this service? Those two fields, one's a date field, one's just a free form text field. Those are both in these dashes because they may show up on the form or they may not. And that's the whole point of what we're trying to do is give you the flexibility to build a dynamic form to your specifications, and that makes sense for the audience, right? For whoever's filling out the form, the visitor of this on your page. So what drives that, right? How do I know if something is going to show up or not? Well, we've got a dependent field, right, that is called product interest. And that product interest is your typical dropdown. Go into the edit for it. And you can see that it offers three options. I can either, and the question is, what product are you interested in? And you might be interested in widgets. Let's pretend that's a physical product that we send you. Consulting or training, which are more services that we also offer as this pretend company. So depending on what you're interested in that on that day, right, you can obviously select the right option. Furthermore, I've got two questions on this form that don't make sense for everything. They only make sense in a given context. So how many widgets are you interested in, right? Or what quantity of this product are you looking to purchase or maybe investigating? Now there is a new button here that's going to open up some logic for you. And most elements that you can put on a form will have this. I think outside of the submit button and the email address, things that you wouldn't expect to be dynamic and hidden or visible. But you have this logic where I can pick what field do I want to drive the visibility of this field. In this case, I picked product interest. Now it has to be a drop down. At least for now, we started out with a drop down makes a lot of sense because you can have certainty that someone is going to pick one of these options, given that they are constrained to only the options that you put in the drop down list. So to start, you'll have a drop down, which is product interest here. And what we're saying is this first field, how many widgets, is only going to show up when the product interest field is set to widgets. Makes sense. If it's not, right, if they picked one of the service options, you won't see this question at all. And then next, we have a second field, and it's a date field, and it's when would you prefer to start this service, right? So let's say that that's really helpful for us to, as the seller of the service, we want to know when this person's willing to start. And there we've got logic as well, right? All based on the same dropdown. This one's also based on product interest. This one could have been based on a different dropdown, right? But we don't have one. We only have one for this form as it is. But when the product interest equals consulting or training, both services that have a start date, we will show this field. Okay, so that just shows you, and this is the tip of the iceberg. This is a really, really simple example of what you can do with this. You can make this as much more involved. I don't want to say complicated, but involved if you want to have multiple dependent fields, right? Drop down fields and then conditional fields that are branched from that. The one thing that we aren't offering at the moment is you can't have a conditional field that's dependent on another conditional field. That would, that logic gets a little unruly. So that's one thing that we don't allow to do, but everything else is fair play here. And I'm looking forward to hearing how customers might use their creativity to to build forms that just seem very, very relevant as people are filling them out. Last thing I'll do here today, let me cancel out of this because we didn't really make any changes, is I'll just preview it for you. So you can see, you got your first name field, your last name field, got an email field. And then here's what we want to talk about today, right? I've got my product interest. If I pick widgets, how many widgets are you interested in? 100. If I pick consulting or training, that data is going to go away, right? If somebody was to change their mind. But if someone enters consulting or training, they're going to be able to put in the date they want that training to start. So that is, in a nutshell, I wanted to keep this brief, but that is our conditional field, form fields capability that will be out very soon in Sugar Market. And we really, really hope you enjoy it. We've heard from a lot of people that this will have value, and we're excited to bring it to you today. So thanks for watching.